Hi to all. In this video, we are going to see introduction to JavaScript for Earth Engine. In last video, we have seen for code editor overview. So, code editor how it will look under their UI, under their different tabs. How we can use that different tabs that layout manager for maps and console and then their uses. So in this video we are going to see JavaScript basics, because in code editor we will use JavaScript program language only. So before entering into image processing for serial image processing analysis, we need to understand about we need to understand JavaScript basics. So in the JavaScript mainly we are going to see these seven things only. So first two is what is variables and what is commands, then data types of JavaScript, strings, numbers, list and objects, then what is function and how it will get it used in for Earth Engine, and how we can define the define function in JavaScript. So these are the basics of JavaScript. So first one is like what is variable. So variables are containers for storing information. It is nothing but variable is a name of storage location. Suppose if you want to create the variable in Java, that means that we are declaring a one variables. In that variable name, we will store the values. So if you want to use that value, we will call through that variable names. So how it will be used in Earth Engine means for image processing task. So if you are like importing our own save files, or if you are creating some save files, that boundary means that boundaries everything we will store in one variable name only. So if you want to call that boundary, and if you are going to use that boundary in our Google Earth Engine means we will use that boundary variable names. So if we call that variable name, that means we are calling that boundary. Likewise only we will use in Google Earth Engine. Then other than that, like if you are importing any data sets in Google Earth Engine for Sentinel-2, Landsat images or Modis images, it will get imported as a one variable name only. It will get stored. So that data set also we need to call through that variable names. So first we need to understand variable names. So this is the syntax for variable names. So we need to use var keyword before for all the variables name for declaring the variable names. After that we can store that using equal symbol. We will store the values or information to that variable names. So for declaring variable there will be some rules, it will be there. So variable name, in between variable name there will be spaces are like not allowed at, like empty spaces. So that variable names must start with the letters, not with the numbers. So it must start with the letters or dollar symbol or underscore. Then names are case sensitive. So if you are declaring variable in a small letter, if you're declaring for name, but if you are calling through like capital letter means it won't get called. So it's like case sensitive. For smaller y and capital Y are different. Then JavaScript there will be like reserved keywords, it will be there. So that words we can't use it. For example, for print, for a type of like that kind of like reserved keyword, it will be there, that we can't use it as a variables. So now we will see it in Google Earth Engine editor how we will use a variable like that. So this is like code editor. So once you get registered in Google Earth Engine, you can able to access. So in JavaScript now I am using first program. So for print I am parenthesis 5, and for semicolon for end of, for each line of JavaScript we need to use like end of program we need to use semicolon. If I run, it will give 5. So now I didn't use it for any variable names, directly I printed the 5 variable. Suppose now I am creating one variable a equal to 5 and semicolon print a. So now a is the variable name, where is the keyword. So now I declared the one variable In that a variable I stored the value of 5. If I printed for instead of 5 I get like 15 maybe. Okay, now I run, it will get for 15. So again I want to use for variable a, means like variable c equal to a plus 5 print c. So now it is printing again for 20. So for once I declare the variable, so I in the store the information, means I can use this variable as many times I want. So for the purpose only, like we are declaring the we are declaring variable and we can store the information. So this is about variables. Next we are going to see for commands. So command means like that JavaScript commands can be used to explain the JavaScript code. Not only for JavaScript, for Python or for any programming language, we will use command for to explain the that programming languages. So this code won't be executed while running that code. Why we are using commands means for our and for our better understanding. So for we will use for commands. Then for to explain to explanation the code, it will be useful for like others too. If you are sharing your codes to like other members or to, means they want to understand, they need to understand the below codes what it exactly doing, like that. So for that purpose also we will use command. Sometimes for sometimes you will write like two line of code, you want to execute one line only, for next line you no need to execute, means you can command that code. Then means like one line code will be executed, another code will be won't be executed. So in that command there will be like two type of commands is there in JavaScript. One is single line command, another one is like multi-line commands. Single line commands, it will start with do backslash. Then multi-line commands, it start with like backslash and a star, and it ends with one star and a backslash. In between through words it won't be executed. So I am writing like print. So are just name, like that. So didn't declare anything. So here name is not defined because I didn't create it as a where name, or didn't give any values. I simply typed name, or it is a program. It will give errors because it will get run and it will give errors. So but if I type like backslash, it will change it into like green color. Now I click, it won't give any errors because this program won't, it not run by this interpreter, it won't get run. Okay, so that's why this is the single line commands. So if you want to type it for a multiple line, means backslash star, it is a first program. I am creating variable and storing some information. Now it's showing error because we didn't complete close this command. So now again I am typing for star and a backslash, so running. So I return for multi-line commands. So this is a single line program, single line commands. This is the multi-line commands. So this is all about commands. So we will use this command for in multiple time throughout our classes and for lectures. And for if you see for other codes also, Google Earth Engine code or other code you are getting from other person also, that person will use command for better understanding of that programs. So next one we are going to see for data types. For mainly for in Google Earth for Google Earth Engine for basics, like we will use like four kind of data types: for strings, another for a text data type, another for list, another final one for like dictionaries or objects. So what is string data types? So string data types, string data type is nothing but it is a text data type. If you are sorry, print hello world, now you are printing hello world. So hello world, it is a text, it is not a value. So this data type is called string data type. We can store for a variable name equal to sakthi gas semicolon. So names, so name is a like already for a reserved keyword in JavaScript, so we can't use it. So I use it for names. Or I will use create for my name. So in this line I created one variable called my name. In that my name I stored sakthi gs as a data type. So whenever we are creating for string data type, that strings must be within single quotes or double quotes. So variable my name, variable suppose I am creating your name equal to for students, I am using single quotes. So both we can use it. So now I am print my name semicolon print your name, it will get printed. Run sakthi gs students, so it get printed. So for creating string data type we need to use single quotes or double quotes. That will consider as a string text. So it is a first data type. So then another data type is like number data types. Second one is for number data type. So if you are storing any values for 5 or variable d equal to 5.6, like it is a whole number or float number, everything we can store it directly, we can store into JavaScript. So print c print d, in console it will get printed. This is like number data type. Number data type, it should not be in like double quotes. It should be, we can assign the value to variable for directly through numbers. This is called for number data type. Suppose if you are running like if you are storing the data type within double quotes, means it will get again, if you printed for print cd, it will get printed 5 and 5.6, but it's not a it won't get printed as a for number data types. For I will check for data type print type of c. So print type of d, see print type of c, it is a string, it's showing as a string because we are declaring using double quotes. So if I am using for some e equal to c plus d, like this, if I am calculating means I am printing e. So see that like I am print variable e equal to c plus d, like that I calculated. See that values I am getting for 5 because it not adding the two numbers. It's just like variable c is equal to 5, right? So 5 another 5, it will be like nearby, just added and it given the values because it considers a string, not a text. Suppose now I am variable c equal to 5 and variable d equal 5.6. Now I am adding here, we can change the values 10.6. So data types number it automatically changes. So for number data type we won't use for double quotes or single quotes. If we are going to assign the values means directly we can assign it. If it is a string variables, it should be assigned through double quotes or single quotes. That will consider as a string. So string means it's a text data type. So that's the meaning. So if you want to checking the data type, you can use for print type of, in parenthesis you can mention that variable names. So in that first one, like if you want to if you are going to declare the variable means you have to use var keyword, then variable names, then you can assign the values to that variables. Then commands means like you can use single commands, single line commands for using backslash. If it's a multi-line commands means you have to use for backslash and a star, and it should end with star and another backslash. So next data type is like list. Why we are going to use list means in list data type. So variable list one I am creating. So in list data type, in for list data we can use, we need to use for square brackets. Then in list bracket we can store multiple values and multiple kind of data types. We can store 5 comma my name comma 6.5 comma another text hello build. It ends with like finally ends with semicolon. Now I am print list to 1. So I created one list. For a list syntax type is it should start with for square bracket and it ends with the square brackets. For each values we need to separate it by comma. So that is list. In list I'm just calling this one variable. We will see the results. See, this one variable containing like 4 values, 0 1 2, like just 4 values. 5 one value, my name is one other value, 6.5 hello world, and 5 is what is the data type? 5 is the number data type. My name is strings, it's a text one. 6.5 it's a float, it's a number again. Hello world, it's a text. So within within the one variable we stored for different datas, different types of datas also. So this data type is called for list data type. It also it will be used in many times in many times in the JavaScript, like for many use cases we'll use for JavaScript and for in Google Earth Engine image processing also. In coming class we'll see like how we will use for list like that. Then for another important data type is called for objects are dictionary data type. dictionary Dictionary data type, or we can call it like objects data type. In JavaScript, dictionary is like another important data type. In Especially for in Google Earth Engine also, so dictionary we will use in many cases. So what is dictionary data type? So in JavaScript we can call it as a dictionary or objects. So it has like key and value pairs. So the syntax of their dictionary is like variable and their dictionary names or their object's name. Then we will use for equal sign, equal symbol. Then we will use curly brackets. So after that curly brackets, you can see that key. So FOO like that I mentioned. So it is a key. Then we will use colon and we will give values. Same like we can enter like as many key and value pairs within single dictionary. So same type, like in that key value we can use like a number of like other data types also. For one key value pair we can use for string data type. In another key we can store in we can store the for number data type. In another one we can store the listed data type. So suppose if we want to print any one key value pair means we can call through dictionary. Using that key we can call and we can print it out in interpreter. So in the Google Earth Engine, we are storing already Google stored for many data sets like Sentinel-2, Landsat images, Modis, everything. So each images has like different bands, and for each bands has like different properties, and for images also it will have for date and for that bit type, and for like number of bands and bands values and cloud cover details, everything it will be there. So in this like it will be in the different data formats. So some of them it will give values, some of them it will defined by like in a, text strings. So everything it will get stored using like dictionary data type only. Sometimes we will export this data sets into our Google Drive. That time also like that we will use like dictionary kind of things only. We will use it. We will use it for like export the image into like Google Drive like so in many cases like dictionary data type it will get used in Google Earth Engine. So now we will see like how we can use like dictionary data type here in co-editor. So co-editor like variable dictionary names we need to give something. So I will give GIS dictionary like that. Then we need to use curly brackets, open and close curly brackets. Then here we can give like any keys. So now I will type key name. Name is equal to then age. age I will give to for 25 like that. So then for another data type we will give for subjects. I will give for list. Then I that's all like I closed the uh, that type. Like now I will call that dictionary print JS dictionary. Oh sorry, so in between we need to give colon, not equal sign signature. So now I call the objects. We created one object and that one object has like this three elements: age, name and the subject. Suppose if I want to only I like to print like name of that object, means like I can print out like JS dictionary dot name. So only Sakthi it will get printed. We are in another type we can use like square brackets, same like we can print out like only that object. For age means it will get printed of 25. So this is like dictionary data type. So next one we are going to see function. So function is like another very important in all programming language. Why means so function it's a like it's a set of codes. So set of codes it is used to perform certain operations. So we can use this function in many number of time in the code. So using this like we can use like very less coding. Through the less coding we can make that full script. We can write the full script and it will be useful in that code reusability. So that function has like function it will reduce the number of lines of codes. And for one operation if we created using function means we can use that operation in many number of times. So we will see the example. So this is the like function syntax. So for same like dictionary, like for a function also we will give for use for variable and function name. Then equal to we use function keyword. So but in a dictionary we won't use any keyword. Here we will use for function keyword. Then we will in round brackets we will pass the parameters. If you want to one parameter, two parameter, like a number of parameters we can pass it as the parameters. Then we will use curly brackets. We will give statements. Then we will finish that one. So whenever we want to call this function operation means like we use that function name, that variable name function name. If you use it means we can able to call that function. Without calling that function it won't get executed actually. So we will see it in the code editor. So now I will create like variable addition on function I am using for now a create function name. My function name is like addition. So I am passing now a b c three parameters. Then I am opening curly brackets and closing. Now I will create like variable t equal to a plus b plus c return D. So now I created one function. Now I am running this one. I didn't get any results because function created, but we are not called that function. So now I will call this function like addition. In I passed like three parameters I mentioned. So now I can mention 5 comma 6 comma 7. So actually now the function it got called and it worked here actually, but why here like value also we mentioned like return D, so value also like it will give, but we are not printed that options. So now I am printing this one, print. See, we have got 18. So it automatically it added because variable D a plus b, we added these three numbers and we returned that values D. Here itself also like instead of giving print, we can enter print here also, print. So now it will get printed 8. So I created one time, I returned the function and I called that function and I passed the three parameters, it gives the output. If I want like another time also, like I can call the function and then now I am giving like other numbers. So other three parameters I am passing for 48. Another time also I can call this function and I will use like another three numbers. Why we need to use only three numbers means because we are here we mentioned only three parameters, that's why we are using like three parameter, the three numbers only we are using. Suppose if we mentioned two, we need to use two. So one time I created one function addition, that function name is addition. So whenever needed, like I called for three times. So three times it give the it added these three parameters and it returns the values. So this is the like this is like main benefit and main use of function. So function is like in programming, whenever you are writing for like it's a length script or for like for a very big kernels, if you are doing means like in using function it will be very very much necessary. So please practice with the, like these are the function and the dictionary and for other data types and other operations. So in the next video we will see like how we can import Sentinel-2 datasets and how we can visualize it, that image Sentinel-2 for one particular region, how we can filter out that image and how we can export like that kind of like image processing task. Yeah, bye, thanks.